Hi everyone, welcome to my programming quiz 3 class. So we already ended the programming topic. So just we will see here some examples during what we learned in this programming segment. So let's get started. So I don't want to get your time. So all right, the first question is like the following numbers are displayed by a program 456, and it has to be 7 by the way. Let me just make it 7. Okay, let's continue. The program code is shown below, but it is missing three values like counter, amount, and step. All right. So in here it is pseudocode, by the way. Given the displayed output, what must be the missing values being here to calculate it exactly? So just think about it. Our steps are all of them like one, and amount is just sometimes changing with the 4 and 2, and the counter is just changing 1 to 4. So now you can see here, if you say for counter it is 1, the amount is, let's say, 2, okay, and the step is 1. Let's put all these numbers into places. So now you can see if the counter is 1, repeat amount is 2 times, it will be something like 1 plus 1, 2, like that, and it will be 2, 3, something like that, okay? But we are not looking for that. So we are looking for 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So in this case, we can think like our counter will start from 4. You can think like that, right? And after that, let's just I like 1 minute. This one, yeah. We can eliminate them. So, and we can just, by the way, this is like pointing. Okay, we can just eliminating them. And after that, we can just check counter 4 and counter 4, these two like B and D. And if you say amount is 4, in this case, it says 2. It will make like 4, 5. It is not true also. And D will be true, but let's check what's going to happen in here. If you say like this is 4, like counter is 4, amount is also 4, and the steps is 1. So in this case, counter will stop from 4, and it will say like while 4 less than 8, let's say in this case, display first I, which is I will be in this case 4, right? And it will add to I one more in the step in here. It will make it 5. It will come back to the here. 5 is less than 8. It will go to here. It will say it is now like 5. I already 5, and in here we will increase that, and after that, so you can see, by the way, don't leave that. All right, then it will just come back to the here. It will be 6 and 7. Okay, let's visualize it into the programming, like program, sorry, with the JavaScript, for example. Just we can say h1, and let's put id also there. We can say number, and we can just say number will display in here. Display in here. What the hell is that? In here. Okay, and we can just h1, like we can close that, not gh. Okay, we can say if our id is number, like we can say number. After that, we can just say text line is will be center, right? In this case, by the way, do it like that, center. Okay, let's come here and let's get started directly. So what we're gonna do now in JavaScript. So first we need a while loop, not for loop, while loop, okay? Because in pseudocodes we are looking like repeat amount times. Normally we can say like for like things and times it will return it in the pseudocode, right? So for I in some numbers, let's say, but we will not use that, we will use while. Okay, first we can say var I is equal 0. Sorry, 4. Our like counter will be 4, right? As you see here, counter will be 4. This one, okay. And let's come down and say for, yeah, sorry, not for, while I is less than 8. Y8 why we didn't say 4, because this is like pseudocode. Like repeat 4 times means like the 4 is less than 8. Okay, this is pseudocode. Okay, so then we can just do our stuff in here. We can say document dot get element by id. And after that we have id in here. What is our id? Number, right? And we can just say inner html equals what? I, right? Now after that we need to add their step. Like we want to do it like one step at the one step by one by one, right? So we can just say like I plus plus. That's all. We don't need to add here like I plus 1 equals 1, like something like that too. But what one thing we need to do it in here. Okay, just don't focus on it. Normally if you do that like with the like directly with the JavaScript, it will work. But in here, if you're integrating with the HTML, I mean the web page, then we need to do plus equals in here to like do this stuff each time. I mean, you can think it like that. So it will be something like that in here. Just let's think like this and plus 1, plus I each time. It will make this operation. Okay, now let's see what will happen. 4, 5, 6, 7. By the way, let's delete this guys into that. Okay, after you run that, you will see 4, 5, 6, 7. As you see, we are looking for 5, 6, 7, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. That works. So true answer is that. I hope you understand. All is same in here, right? Back to the place. Let's see the second question. This list represents the top runners in marathon and using, I think Usain Bolt is there, not sure, using their bib numbers as identifiers. Front runners 308, 147, 93, 125, 412, and 21.9, and 73, 34, and blah blah blah. This code snippet updates the list. Okay, it says like temp runner front runners. It is like temp runner in this case will be front runners. In this case, our front runners, if you think like in like a pseudo code, it will be 93, right? In this case, our third index is that for the pseudo code. So temp runner will be in this case 93, as we see here. You can see 93, and front runners in this case front runners 93. So this one, it is also 93. It will be in this case 147, right? It is 147. Okay, let's do it like that. By the way, let me do that clearly. 147. It just tagged the second one. And now front runners 2, which is this one 147 will be temp runner, which is 93, right? Again 93. So we are talking about the second index, like this one. It will be 93 in this case, right? So let's think now what we did in here in the steps. Okay, step by step, see the process. First, we said temp runner. We assigned front runners 3 into the temp runner, right? Okay, it's like it happens now. 93 in this case. Temp runner happened 93. And after that, we said front runners 3 third index, sorry, this 93 um will be 2, like this one, 147. All right? 147. So what do you think? What kind of operation happening in here? So front runners 3, in this case this one, will be what? Front runners 2, which is 147, right? This one. And the last one, front runners 2, which is this one, will happen 93. As you see in here, 93. Yeah. So front runners 3 is temp runner. So now what does the front runners variable store after that code runs? Okay, let's see. The first one is 308 in here. Okay, all of them same. The second one will be 93. Okay, we have two options still, 93 the same in here and in here. And after that we have 147. All right, we have in here, no here. This one is wrong one, and B is the true answer. Okay, we can just do it with the program. Let's see what will happen if we do same operation in here. Let's do fastly. Let's come back to the here and put this value into that. And after that, by the way, we can say var below, like front of it. The prefix. Let's go back to the there, and what we have now, temp runner. Okay, let's say var temp runner like that, and temp runner is equals front runners. After that, we will change it with the two, like second index. But in this case, something will change because this is pseudocode. Now we are working with the what? Programming language. So JavaScript, it is like second index in this case, right? Not third index. It is second index, 0, 1, 2. This one. So for that, I just did 2. Okay. And after that, we just will change this again. Like we can say runner, front runner, runners. Okay. Like second index now will be what? We can say again front runners will change with the like second index, but in this case second index is first index, and think that like that. And the last one is front runners 2, like this one will be, let's come back to the here, sorry, by the way, it will be 1 maybe in this case, yeah, and it will be temp runner. Okay, temp runner. All right, we already done all of them. So see what will happen now if we say um, document, right? Get element by ID. If we put there, let's say again list, maybe my list like that, my list, and say this is my list, and say this is my list. All right, say inner HTML, and we can just say what in this case. We can just say front runners. Let's see front runners list. We can say plus equals front runners. Okay, what if I run that? What will happen in this case? What's gonna happen? Inner HTML front runners, and we're just trying to get the output in this case, right? By the way, this is, it looks like pseudocode. Okay, so did you see the answer? Answer is like in here, right? Everything same. 308, sorry, 308, 93, 147. 308, 93, 308, 93, 147, 125, and it gets like that. But the important point is that we change it in here, right? This operation. And what if we look for the temp runner? What will be temp runner? So let's say, by the way, put semicolon there and say temp runner, temp runner, temp runner, right? That one is true, I think. I'm not sure. All right, that's true. Let's make another ID with that and just come down and just say this is H2 and this is H2. I'm here and say temp runner. Okay. Also tag it in center and say this is temp runner. So, okay, what we have in temp runner now after we got it. what will happen? Temp runner. By the way, say temp runner like that. 93. Okay, we already did like that. As you remember, temp runner is 93 as I indicated here, right? Temp runner, this one. Okay, so we already done. I mean, if you want, you can just check front runners again before that, okay? So we can do it. We can just compare all these things. We can just take, my God, just tag it here. Tag this guy. Come here. Just say temp runner. In this case, we can say front runners, maybe. But we already did some operation, but for the check the first front, first one, let's come here and just say um, front. Let's say front, and do the same stuff in here. Front, maybe not first one. Right. Let's do it in here. Front, front, and here front. Uh-huh. Okay, so for the front, we just want to write front numbers like that again. What will happen now? Okay, it was the first one, right? This one is second one. As you see, everything clear. So after we updating, it happened like our new value. But in here, and by the way, I think it is the last one, yeah. Now the things are changed. We just changed their points. By the way, we can use insert or other stuff too to indicate it, but the way is like how we work with it. The two programs below are both intended to display the total number of overtime hours worked based on a list logged hours for each day of the week. Okay. Total hours logged times like 12, 8, 11, 10, 8. For each logged time in logged times. Okay. Total hours plus logged time. And after that, we're saying if total hours greater than 40, our time hours, like total hours minus 40. Okay. I just want to give you that question. Let's fix it, okay? And share with me into description. I want to see your result because this is really important if you really can do that with yourself, like to translate this pseudo code into like normal programming stuff. Let's do that and see what will happen. Okay, this is like this one is for you. This is question for you. After you fix it, come back and let's continue with the unit lesson. So the another one will be like for all of the programming and the other stuff. So like internet, the other and the program, like all of them will be there. Okay, this is so. Let's continue with the another. See you there. Thank you.